All right, let's get right into it. We tend to think of our online world as this neutral space, right? A kind of digital town square. But what if it's not? What if it's actually an active, invisible system with its own set of rules? Rules designed to shape us in ways we don't even see.
It really all starts with this one question. That feeling you get, the anger, the frustration, even that rush of validation you get from your feed, that is not an accident. It's a product. And like any product, it's there for a reason. And you better believe someone is cashing in.
So here's the first thing you absolutely have to get your head around. Nothing you see is random. It is all part of a huge, carefully managed system. And its main goal? It isn't to inform you or connect you. It's just to grab your attention and hold on to it for as long as humanly possible.
So where does a system like this really thrive? Well, it flourishes in a very specific corner of the internet, a place we can call the low-depth, high-outrage quadrant. This place, this is the engine room of so much of our modern polarization.
Now, what's really wild about this quadrant is how it works. I want you to think of it like junk food for your brain. It serves up these simple, black and white messages that just hammer on your emotions. This kicks off a roller coaster of dopamine and cortisol, which creates this addictive little feedback loop that keeps you scrolling, keeps you clicking, and most importantly, keeps you engaged.
But how do you even get pulled into this place? Well, the system has this incredibly powerful sorting mechanism. And to understand it, we're going to look somewhere you would probably never expect, a chemistry lab. See, in chemistry, there's a technique called chromatography. Basically, you pour a mixed substance through a filter, and different bits of it stick to that filter at different speeds. And this separates them into these pure individual components. The algorithm does the exact same thing, but with people. The process is almost identical. We, all of us, a diverse population, get introduced to the system when we log on. The content feed, that's the filter. And every single click, every share, every second you linger on a video, that determines how strongly you stick to certain ideas. Over time, this breaks us apart, sorting everyone into these super specific, purified echo chambers.
So here's the crucial part. This system is looking for a psychological trait it calls polarizability. Just think of it as how easily you can be influenced. The more your attention and opinions can be swayed by what's around you, the more valuable you are to this system. Why? Because you're just so much easier to sort, to shape, and, at the end of the day, to manipulate. But, sorting us, that's just the passive part. The next phase of this system is way more active. It's the industrial scale manufacturing of a completely fake reality. It's a simple premise. If you can't find a popular opinion that helps you, well, you just make one up. This is what's known as synthetic consensus, the illusion that a whole lot of people agree on something, all engineered to look perfectly organic. The point isn't to convince you, it's to make an idea feel like it's already won. And this isn't a small-time operation. It's built with industrial tools. On one side, you've got the hardware roots, SIM farms. We're talking physical racks of thousands of phones creating real accounts. But on the other side, you have the software ghosts, AI content farms. These are AI agents that don't just mimic clicks. They mimic conversations, ideologies, whole identities, and they do it for virtually no cost. Now, every single one of these deceptions, every truth that gets buried, and every lie that gets amplified, it all gets recorded on what we can call the invisible ledger. Think of it as a hidden balance sheet, tracking the enormous debt of public trust that these systems are racking up every single day. This quote just hits the nail on the head. We're not talking about censorship in the old-fashioned sense of deleting things. This is about shaping your reality through a quiet, constant process of suggestion and reinforcement. It's your own feed hypnotizing you into a worldview that was manufactured for you. So what's the end game in all this? It's something called a fame wash. It's where you use all this manufactured popularity, this synthetic consensus, to build a kind of reputation shield around a person or an idea. It's a way to launder anything, from dirty money to bad intentions, making it look totally legitimate and even celebrated in the court of public opinion. Now, I know this all sounds pretty abstract, but it has a very real and a very personal cost. This machinery isn't just changing the world out there, it's changing us in here. All of it, the constant conditioning, the sorting, those endless outrage loops, they slowly chip away at our spontaneity, at our critical thought. They are literally training us to react on cue,
to behave like simple, predictable machines. We risk becoming automata.
Let's look at a classic automaton model, an addict. The cycle is always the same. It starts at a baseline, a sober state. Then an input, a withdrawal symptom, triggers a craving. That leads to a predictable action, seeking the substance. This achieves the goal state, temporary relief, before a reset sends it right back to the beginning. It's a deterministic, compulsive loop.
And here's where it gets really chilling. That exact same structure, that same loop, applies perfectly to an online follower. The cycle starts at awaiting orders. The input is charged content from a creator. The action? Attack the creator's online enemies. The goal state is a temporary feeling of belonging, and then it resets. It's the same machine-like behavior, just with a different input.
Okay, that picture sounds pretty bleak, I know. But understanding how the system works is the first step to building a defense. The way we fight back isn't about just logging off. It's about building a better system. It's about building a counterledger.
So, what is this counterledger? Well, it's the polar opposite of the invisible one. Instead of suppressed truth, it's built on radical transparency. Instead of inflated noise, it focuses on authentic signals. It's about replacing lost trust with earned credibility and swapping out algorithmic laundering for real digital sovereignty.
And the goals here are powerful and concrete. We need systems that can spot and expose fake consensus the moment it happens. We need to protect our right to speak freely without being tracked. And, fundamentally, we have to change the economics of the whole thing, reward real human connection, and make industrial-scale lying so expensive that it's just not worth it anymore. And really, this is what it all boils down to. This is the core philosophy. Right now, the system is designed to make lies cheap and authenticity expensive. The ultimate victory is to flip that equation completely on its head, to build a digital world where being real is the easiest, most effective way to be heard. So, we're going to end on this question, which, let's be honest, it's not really a philosophical question anymore. In a world that is increasingly full of software ghosts and manufactured realities, proving your own authenticity might just be the most critical challenge we all face. What's your answer?